Well, today we are going to start off by our Nubian and Nigerian goats. So, a fun fact about the goats would be their eyes. So, if you look in the mirror, you can see that your eyes, the center of your eye, the black part, that part is round, okay? Well, if you look at a goat's eye, that part of their eye, the pupil part of their eye, is a rectangle. So, what's the advantage for the goat having this rectangle part of their eye? Well, your eyes are designed to see right out in front of you and a little bit to a side. The goats having the rectangle as the pupil of their eyes can see a lot further to the side and even behind them. So, to illustrate this, I have a circle here. And this circle is filled in. And the part that is filled in the color blue here, is what a goat could see. That's how much a goat could see. They can see 320 degrees of this circle. A circle is 360 degrees. What is the benefit of this? Well, the benefit of this is that a goat can see more so that they can see if there is a predator coming from more directions. So, we have Nigerian dwarf goats and Nubian goats on the farm. Both are good milking goats. A Nubian can produce up to 4 quarts of milk a day, where a Nigerian dwarf goat can produce up to 2 quarts. And both goats have a high butterfat content. Nubian is around 4% and Nigerian dwarfs are around 5%. So, do you know that goats go by names like mommy goats and daddy goats and baby goats all have names? Now, a mommy goat can be called either a nanny or a doe, and a daddy goat could be called a billy or a buck. And a baby goat is the same as you. They are called kids. Well, our next stop on our farm tour is our miniature Mediterranean donkeys. You maybe have heard the term burros before. Burros is another name for donkeys. You see, if you live on the east side of the Mississippi River, they are called donkeys. Michigan is on the east side of the Mississippi River. If you live on the west side of the Mississippi River, like Colorado or California or Arizona or Oregon or any of those states over there, you would call a donkey a burro. So it's the same animal, just 2 different names. Do you know that a mama donkey has to be pregnant anywhere from 11 to 14 months before it can have its baby? That's a long time, but that means that you only have a baby donkey every other year. What is the name of a baby donkey? A baby donkey could be called a foal, or if you know that it's a boy, you can call it a colt, or a girl is called a filly. Mama donkeys are called Janets or Jennies, and a father donkey is called a Jack. Now, how do you know if a donkey is miniature, standard, or mammoth? It has to do with their size. You measure from their withers to the floor. Their withers is also known as shoulders. So, from their shoulders to the floor, if it is 36 inches or less, it is considered a miniature donkey. If it is between 37 and 54 inches, it is considered a standard donkey. If it is greater than 54 inches, it is a mammoth donkey. With the help of your parents, ask them politely if they could find a tape measure or a yardstick and then help you measure yourself from the floor to your shoulders and see which donkey you would fit into. Would you be a miniature donkey in size, a standard donkey, or a mammoth donkey in size? Well, our next stop is the yaks. Do you know that yaks love to eat plants? It would be like us eating salad. Do you like salad? Well, the yaks do. Yaks are called herbivores. That means they eat plants. So, the yaks are related to cattle or bison. Yaks also have long, bushy hair that hangs from them. This hair is called fiber. So, this fiber is very warm. It would be like a winter coat to us. And it protects them from the cold. So, a baby yak can survive in temperatures as cold as 41 below zero from the time they are born. And a yak could swim in almost frozen water without it affecting their body temperature. So yaks can get to be like 500 or 600 pounds or more. And yaks are very efficient animals because they only have to eat 1% of their body weight each day. So that means you could have a 500-pound yak and it just has to eat 5 pounds of food each day. Yaks do not have their fiber cut off like alpacas and sheep do. It just falls off naturally. And then you go out into the field or the pasture and collect it. This fiber is used to make like sweaters or maybe even blankets. The other thing that yaks are used for is when their poop is dry, you can go out and collect it and burn it. And so some people use dried yak poop to cook their food over, to make a fire and then cook their food. So right beside our yaks, we have our miniature Dexter cows. A miniature Dexter cow is about half the size of a normal dairy cow. They will get to be about 40 inches in height, which would be about your parents' waist. Since they are a smaller cow, they don't need as much space and are a good choice for someone that doesn't have a large farm or even just wants a hobby farm. A miniature Dexter cow can produce up to 4 gallons of milk per day in peak production. A fun fact about cows is cows have 4 stomachs. So since grass is not easily digested, cows have these 4 different stomachs to help digest the grass and get the nutrients or out of the grass or hay or whatever they are eating. So you might see a cow just lying on the ground chewing what appears to be gum or something. That's just because they regurgitate or they throw up their food that they've eaten into their mouth and chew it again, and then it goes back down into another stomach. So I'm going to tell a little joke for a hint as to our next animal that we're going to see on the farm. I'm thinking of a farm animal that tells me what to do to get ready for vacation. Like, what do you do with your suitcase? Any guesses? How about alpaca suitcase? Okay, so our next stop is the alpacas, if you didn't catch that from the joke. Alpacas are farm animals. There are no wild alpacas. So alpacas are related to llamas and camels. So just like we don't look like all of our aunts and uncles or cousins or relatives, alpacas don't look the same either. You see, alpacas are smaller than llamas, and another way to tell them apart if they're not standing right beside each other and you're like, is that an alpaca or is that a llama? You could look at their ears. Alpaca ears are short and straighter, where llama's ears would be curved slightly like a banana. So alpacas have hair called fiber as well, just like the yaks, but it is softer than sheep wool or even llama fiber. Sometimes people have problems wearing wool because of allergies, but alpaca fiber is supposed to be hypoallergenic so that people that have allergies don't usually have as much problem or any problem wearing alpaca stuff. Another fun fact about alpaca fiber is it is flame resistant. This means that it doesn't catch fire as fast as other wool or fibers could. These are our Kune Kune pigs. Kune Kune means fat and round. These pigs are a little smaller than a normal farm pig, which makes them great for a hobby farm. They can be trained to do tricks as well. We have one pig on our farm named Peanut who knows how to sit when asked. This breed originated from the New Zealand area, which is on the other side of the world. The pigs like to roll in the mud to cool off. So if you see a pig like rolling in the mud or a pig that's really dirty, it's just because they were trying to cool off. Sometimes you may see that our pigs have these two things hanging down under their chins. Those are called wallets or piri piri, and they just hang under their chins for looks. There's no real meaning for it, just some pigs have them and others don't. This stop is our camels. Do you know that the word camel means beauty? There are two different kinds of camels. Camels that have one hump and camels that have two humps. The special name for camels with one hump is dromedary, and the special name for camels with two humps is Bactrim. What do you think the humps are made out of? Most people say water, but that would be an incorrect answer. The hump of a camel is made out of fat. Now, fat is able to help retain water, but the real material a hump is made out of is fat. Did you know that a camel could, if necessary, drink up to 40 gallons of water at one time? If they felt that there was not going to be enough water or water available to them, they can drink up to 40 gallons of water, and then they just store the water in their body until they need it. If us humans lose 15% of the water that is stored in our bodies, we become dehydrated. A camel has to lose 25% of the water stored in its body before it becomes dehydrated. The camel has a unique ability to close its nostrils or its nose to keep sand or other things out of it. Now, you might look at a camel and think, oh, its fur seems thick. It must be really hot on these hot summer days. The reality is their fur can reflect the sunlight, keeping them cool. Now, a camel has long legs, and it can run fast. It can run up to 40 miles per hour, but it cannot maintain this speed for long. But it can comfortably maintain a speed of 25 miles per hour. Did you know that when a baby camel is born, it is called a calf? It is also born without a hump. A baby camel's hump does not start to develop until it is able to start eating some solid food. Here we come to our rabbits. Rabbits are crepusculars. What is that big word again? Crepuscular. This means that they are mostly active in the morning and evening hours of a day. Rabbits have large ears, and the two main advantages to their large ears are they can rotate each ear up to 270 degrees. That's over half a circle. This is so that they can hear threats coming from any direction, and also as far away as 2 miles. Wow, that's a long ways. Second, their ears are like the Nubian goats. There is more surface area for the blood to flow through their body so that the heat can escape. This helps to cool the rabbit down on a hot day. Not only can a rabbit hear all the way around them, but they can also see almost all the way around them. It's hard to sneak up on a rabbit because they have nearly 360 degrees of vision around them. The only blind spot the rabbit has is directly right in front of themselves. Did you know that rabbits sleep with their eyes open? This is so that they can always be aware of predators. Just like our fingernails keep growing, a rabbit's teeth keep growing, and they need sticks and other things to chew on to help wear their teeth down. Did you know that their teeth can grow up to 5 inches in 1 year? Now, mommy rabbits have a special name called does, and daddy rabbits are called bucks, and baby rabbits, they're called kittens. So our final stop on today's tour is our parakeets. Did you know that the name parakeet means long tail? Just as the Kune pigs that we saw today are originated from New Zealand, so does our breed of parakeet. Also, just as a rabbit's teeth keep growing, so does a parakeet's beak. Now, something I find very fascinating about parakeets is they can see things we can't see. Did you know that parakeets can see in ultraviolet light? This helps them when trying to choose a mate for the breeding season. You see, because they can see in ultraviolet light, that means the colors of a parakeet stand out more to them, and they look for whichever mate seems more vibrant or colorful or attractive to them.